Pretty interesting.
We wanted to.
Yeah, we wanted the thumbnail. That's all we cared about.
Yeah, I'm so
Oh.
sick of that. The terrible thumb. Well,
Yeah.
now it's.
It's already happened.
Now.
Wow, you said now without moving your mouth at all.
I know, right?
I thought you were frozen. You're like, now.
I'm not frozen, dude. I'm a sociopath. All right, let me make this public. Publish now. Oh, the thumbnail's not that bad, actually.
Really?
Oh, it's terrible. It's so bad. It's not a little bad. It's real bad. I mean, I look good, actually.
Yeah, because you have full control. I can't believe you haven't been able, you haven't done that since the beginning.
It's never crossed my mind once. Even while we're fighting about it, I've never thought about it.
All right, I'm tweeting it out. Let's go.
Feeney, how you doing, buckaroo?
Good. I'm waiting for the tweet so I can retweet it.
Yeah.
Boom. Retweeted. Now we are officially live.
With Feeney's new ring light, it looks like you're in a movie where they're doing a webcam scene. You know, it looks like they're filming it on a real camera.
It really does. It really does suck that you never had the option to go out for a teen vampire drama.
I still can, baby.
I know. Well, not teen, but maybe you could be
18. Look at fucking.
You could be a medical student.
All these movies that we watched in the 90s, they were played by 36-year-olds. I mean, look at Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah.
It's like none of it. It's not true age playing. You know?
He has bags under his eyes from taking care of his kids.
Dude, that guy went hard, man. He was a part of this Hollywood young kids group with him and the dude from Entourage,
Leo,
the guy who plays E.
Kevin Connolly.
Yes.
Kevin Connolly. They all had a group together where they would just go out and get pussy.
Well, isn't it weird to think that those guys have technically been running around and running Hollywood since they were kids? They had early acting roles, so they were probably at adult parties getting fingered by God knows how many, adults, and they just continued that behavior into, I guess Kevin Connolly barely worked until Entourage. He had a big gap, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he was in that Disney movie too, where he played a bad guy. I just don't remember what it was.
Oh, he was in Angus.
What's Angus?
Angus is about are you kidding? It's my favorite movie. And Brendan, you would love this movie because a really a seldom talked about great Green Day song is the headliner song of the movie.
Really? Welcome to paradise.
Yeah. Nope. JAR.
Oh wow. That
Yes.
must have been when the international hits came out, or
it was
that album.
It was before that, actually, because the hits took that song from that album. The only time it was on anything was on Angus soundtrack.
You know how I know it's not one of your favorite movies? Because you've literally never mentioned it since I've met you until this moment.
Are you kidding? No,
we've done well over 200 hours of talking together about stuff in our life. And I've never even heard the word Angus outside of a burger.
You're incorrect. This is why. I probably talked about different stars because also James Van Der Beek is the quarterback asshole in the movie. The girl from Jurassic Park, the blonde girl, except a little bit older and smoking hot, she is the love interest. George C. Scott is the fucking grandfather, and Kathy Bates is the mom.
I don't doubt that you've seen it
movie.
and know the cast. I'm just saying you have never mentioned it out loud to me in the same room ever once.
Brendan, I've mentioned it to you.
Nope.
Ugh, I disagree and dislike both of you.
I'm an honest guy. If you did, I would have said, "Oh yeah, you mentioned it before."
You're the opposite of an honest guy. You're
What is this show that we're doing, guys?
Oh, right. Welcome, everybody, to What's the Scenario, our weekly live episode. This is typically a Patreon-exclusive podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Cannon. With me, as always,
is Mike Feeney, and I'm being joined by
Brendan Sagalow. Mike, right now, Cannon has you're getting so high that you're starting to get the I get to host voice.
Dude, Mike's also morphing into his background. He's blending in with it.
I am a kooky bird for sure. I was telling Brendan, so right now I'm at a manageable pace, and but I feel the speed of things. Do you know what I'm saying? You just know how fast the cart is moving behind you.
And you cannot stop.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't.
I'm gonna join you a little bit.
Yeah, do a little dabby on your tongue. I'm
gonna get a little wild. I feel like with this thing, I should like put it on my hand and like, this doesn't feel like you should take this in a not crackhead way.
Yes. Well, you should blow a rail of it.
And it's also the way in which you always hold an open flame right underneath it for a while before doing it. That's really the troubling part of it.
I forgot about that. Ah, damn, I don't have a lighter. Whatever.
Sarah, we got some active chat. This is great. Some people in it for the first time. Welcome, everybody. If we didn't explain the show, did we?
Explain the show.
So, Jesus Christ, Brendan, you just know how to show the worst parts of yourself. This is a hypothetical based podcast. We do what if scenarios, all that stuff, morality questions. We do that. We take them typically from our Patreon members. That's how we build the regular behind the paywall show. They are the architects of our comedy, and it's a fantastic time. Here, though, we take our own questions, but we do check in with the live YouTube chat, which is the best goddamn chat in the biz.
And if the chat has any questions, feel free, because
for sure,
that's always fun. Because I know the questions, I get the questions, so I have a little bit of a. It's hard to not take them and go.
What you're saying
I cheat.
It's not as fresh for you since you know the questions ahead of time. So logically, you're going to have the best and funniest answer since you're the most prepared and you know way ahead of time. While as us, we're kind of going off the cuff. It's like it's even impressive that we could come up with a funny thing on the cuff, let alone every single time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know me, I get the questions and then I write 10 bits along with it.
Yeah.
So,
Brendan, you're not writing.
Yeah, a lot of hee-hoos and hee-haws. I was listening to the album today, and I if I just do that, so I'm like, hee-hoo, ha ha, hee-hoo. I'm like,
I told you, dude, you need to make a super cut of you doing all the times where because that's how you trail off in the show. You go, you gotta just make
it's called not having a good enough punchline.
It's called I watched so much Jack Black growing up.
I think it's also just like I also think it's like this was such a fun joke. I'm glad it went so well. I can't leave well enough alone. Let me try and double down. And then I started speaking and I don't have anything else. So that's
1,000,000% what it is, Feeney. You nailed it. You just hit it in the meat of the bat over left center.
That ball's still traveling.
Yeah. Sagalo, there were so many celebratory moments throughout his entire set where he was just like, can you believe it? This is happening.
Me. Brendan Sagalo did this.
Me.
All right. Question number one. I wrote some of that. Question number one. What if you could bring any fantasy creature into the real world? Which one would you choose? Any fantasy creature. Which one would you choose?
What do we got? What are our options here? You got unicorns, you got dragons.
There's so many options. There's
a centaur.
There's centaurs.
Wait, didn't we do this one last time?
Most of them just cause chaos and destruction.
Yeah, because I feel like we talked about dragons for a while.
No, there was a question though where I said, what would you do if you found like a baby dragon in the forest or something?
Oh, right. Okay. I just remembered we talked dragons.
There's also minotaurs. There's like different kinds of like Scottish werewolves and like, any kind of like lore that you could think of.
Scottish. I want to be a Scottish werewolf.
I don't know what else.
I can't do an accent.
Loch Ness Monster. Just give the people some hope.
Yes.
You'd be Nessie?
Yeah. Just poke my head up every once in a while.
No. This isn't if you could be.
Yeah, if it just could exist, right?
If you could just bring it into the world.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That would be such a mess with that stupid thing. They would just immediately rip it out of that river and just test the shit out of it. They'd end up polluting and duplicating it. There'd be retard Nessies walking around. It would be a tough go. And different religions would claim it, like it's a Christian Nessie, it's an Allah Akbar Nessie. It's like all these fucking different things would start writing scriptures so their horse shit could align with this, prehistoric beast existing.
I think I would do it with Bigfoot for the same reason, just to give the people that thought they got a picture of it, like some sort of like, I told you I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. If you could, that would be a fun thing. If you were like a Sasquatch or something like that, and you're obviously so ninja-like, you're never caught, you're totally great at your job, wouldn't you every once in a while like commando roll out of the woods, take a kid's phone, take a selfie, and then bounce right back into the woods and just be like, here, 10-year-old, you have the best story ever.
Yeah, like Bill Murray, where he just goes, no one's ever gonna believe you, and then he runs away.
Love that.
Oh man,
we have some questions.
Great.
Yeah, so
I'm
Justin,
light up some heroin.
Hell yeah, dog. Oh, Sarah said you're supposed to drip the syringe on a joint or a cigarette. That is true. I mean, that's what you can do with it. But I also, obviously it works the way Brendan's taking it as well. So Justin Michaud, if given the opportunity, would you upload your consciousness to a database? Like an upload.
What would be the benefit of that?
So you can technically live forever. So your consciousness would exist, and if you could, like your kid could always visit your I guess.
Well, they did a really cool thing for the people that died of. I saw in like 60 Minutes. Is the people that were in Nazi concentration camps and stuff, and there was all of these right before they died. They got like hundreds and hundreds of hours of interviews with them in like this, one of those 5,000 cameras circling them kind of a thing. And so what they did was they like asked them pretty much every conceivable question you could ask somebody that was in a concentration camp in terms of like, how was it? When's the last time you saw your family and all this other stuff and then they made it like an interactive thing at this museum to now, if you go in there, and you're like a kid, you can have like a one-on-one conversation with this hologram person, which is so fucking crazy.
That's wild.
So that part's cool for like educational. That'd be cool to do to your for your family is to record like a thing where they can, generations of your family members can talk to and be like, so what was it like being a comic? And you were like, not great. Like you could say your own. It wasn't until the ball dropped,
What a like true learning tool that would be for generations, where it's like, oh, we don't have to make the same mistakes over and over. It's just like a transparent, honest, this was life. This is what I did. I fucked up here. I did great here. Follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah.
Also, I've been calling Cerna style Sarah for the last 40 minutes, and they said they just like got very upset about that.
That's too long a laugh.
But also like oh, is my internet fucking up?
No. Your real laugh was a long one, and I liked it. And Feeney commented on how long it was, and then I started folding in on myself, thinking if Feeney likes either of us.
I was just like sitting here going, he laughed for so long that I was like, oh, I guess I didn't hear what Mike said because that doesn't warrant that. He called him Sarah, and that's a long laugh reaction for you. All right. I feel like this podcast is pretty great.
I also my internet is kind of on the little bit of the fritz right now, so I feel like it's I'm laughing.
Things change. What a perfect freeze!
Wow. Hold on.
See,
I wish I could take a picture of that.
Damn. Well, it's on the live stream forever, right?
Yeah,
so.
Brendan. Oh my God.
Oh, now that's froze that way. All right, he's back.
Dude, you look so good. You looked like a Japanimation drawing.
Japanimation?
Yeah, that's something I've never heard before either.
You've never heard that? You've never heard of Japanimation? I think that's what they used to call anime.
Really?
Yeah. All right.
That sounds like something Americans would call anime.
It sounds something
that's what I mean.
Like my racist uncle would say.
I mean, that's probably what it is. I probably heard it like 6 years ago and never thought that it was updated. Somebody chime in. Tell me if that was problematic.
Don't tell me this shouldn't be available for free on YouTube.
Yeah, almost like that. But you know what? We really swing for the fences
I
for
think
our
I have to
fans
change
and for newbies.
my internet.
Brendan.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I think I have to change my internet real quick. Give me 1 second.
We'll see you
I think I
later,
have to go to
buddy.
the 2G plus.
Oh, gosh.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
What a classic. There's an anime filter on Snapchat or Instagram now. Okay, so that's nice. So yeah, somebody was already commenting on Cerna style, not Sarah. Brendan never got his internet fixed, obviously.
Well, he got a new internet router or something, but he doesn't know how to set it up. There's a lot of changes going on. Brendan's got a new camera. I got a ring light. I'm also changing. I'm turning this into a studio. This is going to be my Joe Rogan submarine layer. I'm turning this whole thing into, I'm setting up the green. I'm doing a perma green screen on the wall over here, getting rid of all this shit and furniture and moving it all. I'm rearranging everything tomorrow. So hopefully by Wednesday, I'll have quite a setup here.
Nice.
Great.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll record the podcast instead of doing a virtual background. I can do like a chroma key real time like background. I guess it's the same thing, and it's a tremendous amount more work. So I probably won't do that. But it's an option.
That's cool that Erica's fine with both of us coming over and recording and smoking pot in your place every night.
You absolutely can. And I'm actually going to buy. A matter of fact, I pitched it. I told Sagalo I pitched the idea to Erica, where I was like, what if we just, because instead of setting up the green screen every week, it's such a pain in the ass in my living room and moving all the furniture around. I'm like, I should just set it up in the office here. And that way I'll be up there thinking that for sure. She would be like, yeah, we're not doing that. And I was like, we can get rid of this like sofa bed here that we have in case guests come over, because our couch is more comfortable than this anyway. And then she was like, oh yeah, I love that idea. Let's do that. And I was like, I am committing and going forward with this until before you change your mind. So that's the plan.
Dude, I gotta tell you, man, that little drip that I took, I'm like, it's like
it can't be.
It's like going
bad.
like it's starting to like fucking. I feel like I got on a roller coaster, dude.
You just have the 60 minutes clock in your head.
All right, you want another question?
We got more questions in the chat.
Perfect.
Yes. So let's scroll up for a second. Cerna style. I got it correct, Sarah. Thank you. Apocalypse scenario. Mike's plus wives are hanging out with Sneaky Raccoon in Manhattan. Mike's leave to cut promo. Earthquake. Giant rift between Mike's and wives / SAG. What happens next? So Feeney and I are together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brendan is with our wives. And we're giant earthquake, big rift. We have to figure out, what do we do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the significance of me just being with your wives means. I mean,
Well, because you athletically slow them down. So now we have to figure out a good, an easier
I would
way
just
for
leave
to
them
get
alone.
us.
I would just leave them. I'd be like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to go kill myself.
You would
Just go
just
do some
leave
drugs.
both of our wives?
Yeah. Yeah. After you said that mean thing just now, I don't give a fuck about you or your family, bitch. Maybe Erica I'd hang out. I'd go, Erica, come on. Feeney's nice to me. Let's go.
And Nicole would be like, I'm nice to you too. Mike's not.
He goes, doesn't matter. Collateral damage, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I push her into the crater that the earth was in. Sorry.
Wow. Crew would seek vengeance.
Oh, but wouldn't you love? I mean, what a gift that would be to give to Crew.
He would accomplish it by the time he was 7. He'd accomplish his dream by 7 years old. He'd kill Brendan, and then what? He's like, all right, I guess 3rd grade.
You don't think I could beat the shit out of a 7th grader?
I
mean,
think
a 7-year-old.
I think my son, when he is 7 years old, can physically dominate you.
How
in
old will I be?
Any sport?
So how
or
old will I be? That's 7.
I don't know. How old are you in 6 years? Stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. You do the fucking
What?
math. You do the math.
35. So you're my age.
There you go. Yeah. Peak Brendan. Peak Brendan. That's what it'll be.
You think it's getting better?
Yes.
Oh, you are
With motivation.
You are
and the,
so
and
sadly
the correct
mistaken.
diet. Yes.
And when are those things being adopted?
Right now.
Oh, with
I ate a broccoli. today.
So let's
I'll
make
have
this
one
bet.
broccoli, please.
Let's make this bet, Brendan. if we're still talking in 6 years,
By the way things are going, it doesn't look like it.
can fucking happen before that. You play crew in 1-on-1, and if you win, I give you $1,000.
You don't think
Wait, play
that
crew
I could-
1-on-1. Oh, you
in
guys are talking about
basketball.
basketball? I thought
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
were talking about fighting this whole time.
Oh,
were.
or fighting. Oh yeah, I'll do fighting.
dude, I will kill your son, man. I'm not going to hold back, and I will murder your kid.
I know.
I do
You're gonna-
think that
you're
the
gonna
weight
miss.
differential is
Can
going to
we
be.
let's stop
And the fact
talking
that I'm gonna
about
have
my
him in
weight.
jujitsu.
No, I'm not
from
saying-
now until then.
I'm
Now
not
until
saying
then, my
the
son's now in
problematic.
jujitsu.
I'm not talking about the problem of your weight. I'm talking about the weight differential between you and crew. My weight differential between crew and I, it is a pretty big advantage. That's why
Right.
it's like a featherweight going against a heavyweight.
But now let's add to that weight problem with the actual weight problem. So think about Brendan being overweight, lumbering and being out of breath, and then falling to falling to the mat, trying to get up, and crew, because of his extensive jujitsu training, wrapping himself through Brendan's legs and around his neck and snapping his back in two.
That'll never happen, dude.
It
That'll
would.
never. The only way crew will ever even come close to beating me at that age difference is if I'm holding him back, going, "I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this." And then and then I see you laughing in your wheelchair because you're 60, and and then I get mad and I just fucking snap his neck and I start running towards you, Terminator style.
Oh, I would love it. I'd get up for the first time in 12 years and beat you to death with my wheelchair.
You're just no, I'll look at you like Anakin, and just go, "You underestimate my power." So to answer your question, I guess we would just, I don't know. I would take your wives. I meant somewhere, but I'm just gonna stop the sentence there. I would take your wives. Turn into a Mad Max scenario where you're like, the whole movie is you trying to find me, and people keep saying little hints. They're like, King Raccoon says you can't, and you guys are like, who is that? And then you find me and I'm on a throne.
Who's that? There's never
Yeah,
been any less question.
I knew exactly who they were talking about.
King
and
Ra.
Yeah.
Even if they said King Rack, I'd be like, oh, Brendan
Yeah, that sweet rack of his.
and Raccoon.
Aw. All right.
Okay. So let's actually strategize, though. How would we do that? We'd immediately have to call each other and try to pick some sort of point. But we've all seen Cloverfield. If you go to the bridges, the chances are they could get shot out. Like if this is a major.
Well,
it's
also
not
an earthquake, the cell towers are going to probably be down.
Oh, yeah. I forgot it was an earthquake. I thought it was like a monster.
So right now, let's just come up with a meeting spot. So we'll meet at the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
Now
I
we
meet,
know.
I want to meet where the ocean meets the sky.
Okay. You riddle. I like it. Feeney always said, "Go to where the white rabbit sings."
The
He
stock
meant-
exchange.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I guess we'd have to meet at some sort of, out point. Feeney doesn't seem too concerned about Erica, but I'd also worry about Brendan's safety.
She'll be fine.
Right. No, Brendan, Erica and Nicole will be fine. That's why I'm concerned about Brendan.
There is a bit of a liability with Brendan
Why?
Both Nicole and Erica are athletes and they work out.
Are they? None
Yeah.
of you are athletes.
What?
No one in our world is an athlete.
Nicole played varsity basketball as a freshman. She
Played.
Right.
Played, dude. Maybe
You're
if-
not. First of all,
maybe
you're only
if she-
you're only no longer an athlete when you're like 70.
my internet is
What's happening? Feeney, are you in real time?
Yeah, I'm here.
My internet's fucking up, but that was funny because it fucked up right as you were yelling at me, and I was like, "Hey!"
I don't even remember what we were talking about. Oh, the athlete thing. Brendan, you're out of your mind. First of all, anybody can play in an actual league now, and a lot of people do. So if you're currently playing in an organized sport, you're still an athlete. If Feeney and I continue to work out, which we do, are we not still athletes? Like, we're athletic people?
I don't think so.
No, you have to be paid for it. So you're not a comic yet?
I've seen you out of breath walking upstairs.
All right. Let's move on. I don't know what's happening, but it seems like things are starting to sour.
This is the last episode.
Should I read another question from the
more?
chat? No,
Yes.
there actually isn't.
All right. I got a question for you. Would you rather be 3 feet tall or lose an arm? What about a leg? Would you rather be 3 feet tall or lose an arm or a leg?
Give me one arm. Get rid of my left and watch me go. Yeah,
You don't
dude,
want to be 3
because
feet.
having like ankle injuries and shit, not having a leg ruins your life. I mean, you can't get around the city if you're like if you're in a wheelchair, you're on crutches, everything takes so much longer. One arm, I'm still doing everything besides like opening jars of mayo, I guess, at the same speed. I'm still getting to the subway in time. I can still drive. Everything is still going.
But think about the times where you're in a rush and you're using both hands to like reach in your
right.
pockets.
Well, that was
and
the
stuff.
thing. But imagine being in a rush and having one leg. So you see, and so that's why I would say
True. But
and
there's
also-
another option here. There's
and
or
also
being 3 feet tall.
being 3 feet tall sucks because you can't do what
Dude, that is
Get
so small. It's
Yeah.
so small.
you can't drive unless you got one of those
can't
crazy
do
like booster
anything.
seat things. Yeah, and also I like the height that I am. I feel like I'm a good height. I don't want to be any shorter.
Brendan, you know people can see you right now, right?
Yes. How tall is Danny DeVito?
He's like
4'5".
4'5".
Yeah, he's under 4'10".
Okay. Wow, 3 feet is fucking
3 feet
small,
is
dude.
tiny, man. You're like one
That
of those.
is
You remember
small.
those little pillows that were WWF wrestlers or NBA players?
Yes.
Yes.
You remember those?
Yes.
That's like that tall. You're like
Yeah.
that.
3 feet is like crew plus 6 inches. That's basically what.
He might be close to 3 feet actually now.
That's what it's like.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, he's running and walking and shit, and he was dribbling a soccer ball on the beach this weekend.
I do think it would be hilarious seeing like Sagalo as a 3 foot person, just because he would just look like just very like gruff and being like, "Hey, what are you doing now?" And you're like, "Whoa, hey," but because you would think it would be a child because he has boyish looks, so you think he
Yeah.
would be like, "Oh, is that a little? Are you lost, little boy?" And then you're
Every
like,
I'm like,
single
"Hey!"
yeah, every single person would think Brendan's a leprechaun and be like, "Where is your pot of gold, you fuck?" And Brendan would be drunk and that
And then I'm
size.
like, did someone say pot?
Yeah.
I would take the 3 feet. I think that is small, but
It's
maybe
so
the government can use you. You know?
In
As
what
what?
way?
Like getting into crawl spaces?
Yeah, you could be like a part of a secret team.
You'd find Bin Laden in a tunnel.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Because
Yeah.
everyone knows Bin Laden is still alive.
Oh, Ben? Yeah, I know.
Oh, Benny? Yeah, I know him.
Benny Lads.
Benny Lots. Oh man, that is funny. All right,
Oh, we got another question.
great.
This is from Cerna Style, who again got mad that I said Sarah, not getting that
Sarah
time it was
Style.
a joke. Yeah, so Sarah Style, would you rather be able to get a beautiful tan? He said beautify, but beautiful tan, or not have a genetic disposition to drink all the alcohol?
What?
would I rather what? Not be able to get be
I
able to
think
get a
this
beautiful
only
tan?
applies to me. I think he's just hurting my feelings, but I think I would
What is it? Would you
rather
rather be able to have a nice tan or not want to drink?
right or be able to drink like a human being. Yeah, which I've gone when I was working in an office, I never had any color whatsoever. I was probably paler than Feeney and sicker looking because I was smoking bogues too. But
I'm not pale.
you're looking. You don't think you're pale?
No. I don't think I'm sickly pale. I'm not tan.
I never said you were sickly pale, but you're a fair skinned boy.
You did kind of say he looks sickly.
No, I
little,
said
but
I would look sicker. I said I would be like I would be
Sicker, implying that I might be sick.
No, I said paler than Feeney, but sickly. That's what I said. And especially because I smoked. Yeah, sickly.
Right to me.
Fred Flintstone's boss.
P.O. Box 963. All right.
I give up.
Is anyone having fun?
I feel like I was having fun, and then you guys shut me down.
So
Are we talking? What's happening?
The end? Brendan can't even hear what's
My
going
internet
on.
is so
Mike,
fucked
why don't you
up.
just answer the question?
I would. Brendan,
No, I'm
you
having
internet.
fun.
Brendan, you're a complete. Brendan, you're just a liability.
Brendan is like 2 minutes behind, and it's so funny to hear him respond to things that already happened. How you doing, Pumpkin?
Do you want to join back in, or you just want to mope?
I'm trying to fix my fucking internet right now.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you join the half a G?
Yeah.
2G.
Well, the 5G didn't work. The 2G wasn't great.
Yeah, unreal that you're like, I'll join the fucking
The 500 one.
Yeah, the dial up. Let me see. No more questions from them. Brendan, do you have any more? Oh, he's just completely done, huh? This... Man,
Brendan,
I gotta say, we do somehow make it work. Like the internet issues have now become a character of the show.
oh yeah.
And it's not like, I mean, I'm sure people are frustrated, but you gotta admit it's a consistent laugh source as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
there he goes, folks. So
there he goes. And guess what? Now he has to ask my permission to get back in.
oh.
Yep. So let us know in the chat if you want Brendan back in. Or if you want him out. Let me know. The internet's pretty good. So, Feeney, do you have any questions, or are we just swimming upstream right now?
I mean, now it's just Irish goodbye.
Welcome, everybody.
Worst case scenario, when what's the scenario becomes worst case scenario, we become Irish goodbye.
Oh my God. I almost just like divulged a thing thinking this was Patreon, but this is actually a public episode. So I'm glad I did.
Oh, well, speaking of, while we're doing that, yeah, if people want to go, both of us have up new videos today. So you can go check out our new videos on our social medias and share them. It don't cost you nothing.
That is also true.
Yeah. And then, I don't know. I think that's pretty, my cat is very excited that I'm home. He's been crying nonstop. And I see just what looks like, I can only be described as purposeful diarrhea on top of the litter box, not buried in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And it seems intentional. And I'm pretty upset about it.
I would do that if I missed you.
You just diarrhea.
Yeah.
Let me discover your diarrhea.
Just be like, hey, this is how I feel. I'm pretty upset. Genocide said, let him in ASAP. This is not me holding Brendan out. This is, you guessed it, Brendan unable to rejoin. So we'll see what happens. We do have 2 questions from Cerna Style. We have 3 questions. I think this is a good one for you, especially, Feeney, because you really, I feel like you're going to end up there, but how would you be a different comic if you were in LA?
I don't think, see, that's the thing. It's like, I think that we both would flourish there, and Brendan included, because I think as people who, I think it's very important where you learn your habits. You know what I mean? So like when I learned how to host it was at Gotham Comedy Club, and they beat into my head about being like not running the light, and that, you know, as a host, you're the cheerleader for the show, and it's not about you. And even though you're on stage the most, like, you almost want to be like invisible, you know what I mean? Like, you just want to keep the energy moving and keep it going, versus like a lot of other places where I feel like if you started in LA, a lot of times they're like, I'm on stage for the whole hour and now I'm going to do 6 bits in between each comic, you know, and all these other things where it becomes this kind of a nightmare. And so, but on a wider scale, I think the idea of, like, you and I have such a work ethic when it comes to like writing new shit and working shit out, that like, I think we would still have the tenacity to get on stage and just and then apply that work ethic, that New York work ethic to LA.
Right. And not only that, but if I'm out in LA, I'm sucking dick, dude. I am legitimately like blowing and fucking my entire way to some sort of top. Like,
I'm glad you worked in like the Hollywood angle at some point, because before it was just like, I'm just sucking dick and blowing people, and you're like,
yeah, I mean, you know, I'm working up to business types. I have to get good on regular people, but then by the time I've learned, then I'm gonna be like, all right, where's D'Elia? I'm gonna suck the teenager off his dick.
Yeah, well, gonna say you've picked the wrong person. You see, he's not the one to suck up to anymore, huh? Or
suck off to.
Yeah. It's a weird thing, man. I also just feel like there's but I mean, who knows now? It's like, if you asked me this 6 months ago, it's so different than, like, I don't even know what LA is right now.
Right.
But what's New York too? You know, I mean, I think that there are some cool things that are coming out of this with some of these rooftop shows, and just doing like now outdoor dining is going to be year round, which sucks only for anybody who drives a vehicle. And but I do think that there is something cool to like how this city is kind of, as much as it's fucked us, like kind of morphed comedy for us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not optimistic about what it's going to be in the winter, but yeah, it's been fun.
No. It's going to be really bad. Brendan said nothing's working, so he's probably losing it in a very bad scenario.
Oh, how fun is that for all of us to picture just exactly how angry and upset a dabbed up Brendan is.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Not only is he normal incompetent, but he's now like, 17 sheets to the wind.
Oh yeah, that thing creeps up very fast on him, huh?
Yeah, and also, I mean, I'm struggling as well, but Cerna Styles says, what's your perfect green room setup?
I mean, just, I think that with my, this room isn't great, like huge. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to like perma put it up on the wall. And then when I want to do shit, I'm going to have to
green room.
Oh, whoops. I was like, and then I'm going to have the lights off to the side. Green room. Adrian, you're recycling these, because I feel like you asked this in, someone asked a green room question before that we did. Or maybe that was in an Instagram Live or something. Regardless, I mean, I want waters, I want booze, I want fucking food that are not going to be food before the show that's not going to be too like disgusting and greasy, and then like some of that shit after the show.
Right.
The ability to be away from the show. I don't want a green room where people going to the bathroom that are part of the audience can walk by and see me sitting there panicking, flipping through a notebook.
Right. Yeah, I want a green room that I can show up to like 3 hours before the show, so I can smoke pot 3 hours before the show and then hang there, talk, do whatever, and then do the show and be able to smoke after. That's like that's the perfect situation, Mm-hmm. Remember, people used to do that in Caroline's, but nobody gave them the okay. There would just be certain comics that would either just be burning butts, they'd just be sucking down cigarettes, and you'd smell it in the showroom, and just like, oh, this is so fucking brutal. And then Charlie Murphy would go and literally smoke like 14 boxes of Dutches.
Yeah, it's insane the amount of comics that smoke full blunts in that that just did it. Again, it was no permission.
No, none at all. I mean, some people, I guess David said, like, some people just, it's part of what they do. They're just smoking weed back there. If you draw tickets, you could do whatever the fuck you want.
I was gonna say, because what's the thing? If they go, you got to put out that blunt, and then you go, no, and then they go, okay, like, what do they get? You just go, well, then I just won't perform here, and then they're like, well, then you're not gonna get paid, and you're like, that's fine.
Oh no, I'll have to live off the 10 other $1 million I'm making.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of it really is. I mean,
should I FaceTime with Sagalo?
Yeah, get him in here.
What's this fucking I can't believe this.
You're gonna say, what's his number?
What's the buzz? All right, so I'm gonna try to
hold him up to the thing though.
I know, 1 second. I have to take off the virtual background then.
Oh, that was jarring.
Come on.
Oh man, the suspense.
This sucks.
Imagine
I can't. Why isn't this the first thing he does? Why isn't he picking up?
Dude, should I do it and then he picks up for me?
Yeah, I did. Please do that, actually, because if he does, I promise this show is over.
Well, then I won't, because I want the show to continue.
No, I'm kidding. But just, admit him.
What?
Wow, he's here.
Oh, okay. And I'll just, and no matter how well he does, I'll just never, ever respect. Hey, he's back. Brendan.
Oh.
How are you, pal? Oh. You're crunchy faced.
How's it going?
I'm so mad.
We tried to FaceTime with you.
It's not good. Oh, did you?
How are you going to do the other podcast later?
I don't know. I might put a gun in my mouth.
He's bitten off all 10 nails.
I'm so angry, dude.
We were laughing at your expense for a good amount of time while you were gone, thinking about as the dab dart is increasing in its veracity and efficacy.
The worst.
Brendan, don't you feel like your internet connection is really an indictment on your manhood and where you are in your life? Chew on that alone when we go offline.
It's fucking crazy too, because I'm looking at this new modem and router that I'm staring at, and you guys are frozen right now, so I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
I hear you. We hear you. Keep talking. We still hear you and see you. We actively see you.
I am so enjoying the sincerity in Brendan's breakdown right now.
I hope that he knows that we both can see, hear.
Everybody.
I can
Brendan,
see,
you kind of look like
you.
You kind of look like Bubba Sparks from that angle.
You look like if Cyclops.
Hey.
So Brendan, hit us with a question.
I don't know, man. Okay. How much?
This is why you guys need to join the Patreon, because we need to get Brendan more money to get a better internet.
I have internet. I have
and
it. I'm trying to figure it out, man. I mean, I got this fucking thing. I got it, man.
Yeah.
I got the modem. I have the router.
Brendan's got the best boxed up equipment in the business.
I was gonna say, this is classic Sagalo. This is buy something, talk about it, and stare at it for a few months before going, I guess I'll put it into practice. All right, get off my case.
Dude, I got this drone.
It came today, you homos. It came today. Okay. I set it all up. I'm just trying to figure it out.
That sucks that internet company didn't have any like telephone number or customer service that they could have helped you with. That sucks. They just make you do it on your own, dude. I hate when companies do that. Never.
Yeah, they really did. They have a whole fucking thing about I'm leaving. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't even joke around about this, man. I am pissed. I can't. And I need friends to be there with me, and you're just not, and I just can't do this, man. I just can't do this. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
This is why you guys got to sign up for the Patreon.
I'll talk to you guys.
if nothing else, you have to give our listeners and viewers some of the more enjoy. This is enjoyment for them.
Is it?
Oh,
All right.
Brett, are you?
Sorry,
Are you okay?
no, nothing's good right now. Everything sucks. I want to jump off of a bridge.
Guys, join our Patreon, patreon.com/scenario pod. Again, we're all bright lights. We're cheer. We're an escapist pod.
He's gonna escape out of his life.
Yeah, we make you forget all about your problems.
If nothing else, tell me that every single one of you don't get off watching this and go, God damn, do I appreciate my internet company more than ever.
And general emotional stability, just everything. I mean, it's all up in flames, right? For your enjoyment.
It could be worse. I could be high alone on a Monday, worrying about my internet. I love him though.
Brendan, let's FaceTime for the rest of the night until both of us fall asleep.
Brendan has like 6 more podcasts to do after. That's what I'm saying. We're just the beginning of his night.
No, I just have one more, but I'm so pissed. You know what it is? My roommate's out there fucking FaceTiming with some chick, like talking.
Can he do it on 4G?
I don't know, man. I'm so done, dude. The weed is creeping in, and
creeping.
The depression is
fully engulfing you. What are you talking about? All right. Well, hey, we appreciate you guys tuning in for a live episode. These are always wonky and wild, and we appreciate you guys being part. You sign up for the Patreon, as little as $5 a month, and again, every dollar goes towards helping Brendan get some better internet. And then
I have it. I just need to set it up, and I can't.
All right.
If anybody wants to send.
Every one of your dollars will go towards helping Brendan motivate him to set up the internet he has, but refuses to.
Okay. All right. This is what I get. This is the thanks I get for keeping your cats alive, you son of a bitch. This is the thanks I get. You motherfucker.
You should just come over here and do the podcast from my place.
What? I would also like to do that.
Mike, you're too far.
All right, never mind.
I think that we could really start. I'm going to buy some more of like those soundproofing things. We literally could do it in this room.
So why don't we?
Get here.
I will.
Both of you.
Let's make a fucking sound studio, dude.
What'd you say, Brendan? Your internet broke up.
I'm leaving.
All right.
I didn't.
See you later.